Hi everyone and welcome again. Now this is lesson 7 in our alternatives to 4-year colleges. This deals with apprenticeships and internships. A very interesting topic and one that I really didn't know a lot about going into. One of the cool things about this program is that when we're walking through these videos, there's going to be a really cool video that I've never actually seen before until today when I was watching on YouTube, and it's a very interesting and dynamic setup that a lot of people don't really understand. So what I want to make sure you guys do is the discussion prompt today is what comes to mind when you hear the word apprenticeship or internship. If you know what those two words are, then maybe something comes to mind, and this is what I want to make sure you do is go ahead and write those down. And while you're doing that, I just want to make sure one thing I've never brought attention to you is just kind of what you're going to learn about in this lesson, which is the first 3 bullet points. Just today is about on-the-job training. Here's what I want to make sure you guys do. We're not going to watch the whole video, but if you look on the left on number 2 over here, it talks about several options for people who are looking to get on-the-job training in a field that they are interested in. And this is a very interesting video. So when you click on this, we're not going to watch this video in class. I want you to do this on your own because it is 9 minutes long, and I don't want to bogart the time that it's going to take to do this. But it's a very interesting thing that when you're watching this, that you guys need to make sure that you push forward on an internship. If this is something that interests you, watch this video and then push through at the end with everything else that goes along with it. Here it is right now. It finally
When you think about factory,
but you just want to make sure you guys look at this and say this is something new. This is actually something that has been talked about on both sides, no matter where you lean politically speaking or any type of aspect, is understanding kind of how you can get paid to go to work and earn an internship, and there are new programs that are coming along. One other thing, and then fill in the questions that you have there. After you're done with that, apprenticeship versus internship. What I want to make sure you guys understand is when you're going through this is see what the difference is between the two. Okay, an internship is something that lasts 3 to 6 months. My oldest son actually started with an internship, and his internship turned into an apprenticeship. Now, he was paid, and then what happens is now he's slowly progressed and is offered a junior position for an engineer. For you guys, it's the same thing. Please make sure that when you're going through it, that you guys figure out what you're going to do and you go from there. I know lots of people, when they want to get in an entertainment business, especially with radio, they'll go into what's called a radio internship where you really don't get paid, but what you do is you go in there and you learn a trade, like how to run the board, if that's something that would ever interest you in the music career. You go in, you learn some certification, and usually what that can do is that internship can be applied as college credit. I've seen a lot of people do it, but here's the differences between the two. Just look at these two things and kind of see where you're at and according to what you want to do. Okay, there's a huge difference between an internship and an apprenticeship, but kind of understand what the aspects are, and then after reading that, look at these and fill out these questions. And then the other thing that's a very cool link is from the Balanced Careers. It talks about the essential benefits of an actual internship and what the time frame should be. So what you guys need to do is most internships, the one I've heard the most about, honestly, is in the medical field. We have an internship with a doctor where he'll actually go in and do on-call and stuff like that, where if anybody watches any type of old school Grey's Anatomy or anything like that, you have internships for doctors where they don't get paid a lot. ER from back in the day, they had that as well. And so I always used to hear about those things until they become you actually get a job there. Read this article and then scroll down. If you want to know more about internships, there is an aspect of there from paid to for credit, summer job or internship, what's best for a college student, and understanding the difference. If some of you guys have the ability or the opportunity to stay with your parents, an internship will make a good analogy for you or a good turn, because you won't have to worry about getting paid. Instead, you'll go, you'll show up, you'll learn a trade, but then you'll go home to your parents' house and you may make a little bit of money, you may not. And that's okay. It's what you're learning. while you're doing that internship. So look at these and see if there's any type of, as you scroll down, there's a tons of articles on this, and hopefully you guys will find a tip or two on that aspect. And then last but not least, there is a research project. Now, we are not going to be doing this, like I said before. If we were doing, if I had you guys in my class doing it, we would be doing this, but we are not going to be diving deep. But what I will do is, hopefully when it opens up, I want to make sure you guys look at this document and understand that when it'll help you with more informational tips and more kind of feedback on how you guys should notice the difference between an apprenticeship and an internship. An apprenticeship usually comes along, like was mentioned in the video, along the lines of construction or electrician or plumbing, where you go in there and you're an apprenticeship for a certain period of time, and it usually is between 1 to 3 years. And then once you're done, you get your certification. If you're in a bachelor's or associate's program, you get your associates, you move on. Internship is more for short term. So please make sure you guys do it. There's an infographic that you can look at. It's cool is that the next little aspect of this is going to be talking about making sure you guys see the hyperlinks here about what popular internships are. There's a aspect there, popular industries that offer internships. Go ahead and click on that. It's a matter of you guys determining and finding a resource to go out into the world and find it. Here are the resources. Now it's your guys' turn to go find out what you're going to do next. Good luck, have fun, and I hope some of this information you learned today will help you figure out if you want to take the route of an apprenticeship or even an intern.